Welcome to the acclaimed podcast, The Deep Dive, featuring your esteemed hosts, Andy Monitor and Drew Dinzik, powered by BetSperts.
Welcome to The Deep Dive. Well, Andy, I broke my routine this week, so I don't know how this is going to go at all. I usually have all my bets done by the time we go live on Wednesday. I am way behind on injuries. I have yet to make a single bet for the Week 15 card. So this is going to be kind of a leading on you for what have you already played? What are you going to play? May make some bets live on the show.
See you guys next week. No, that's kind of fun.
No, I was completely out of my my normal routine yesterday of like reading beat reporters, guessing on injuries, coming up with kind of final fares and fire. So market moved without my any of my action in the last 24 hours, and I don't know. I'm betting into sharper numbers this week, so prepared for some death and destruction. We'll see.
Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing going to be all right.
I haven't had a losing week since week 4.
Pondicross, fair on Rivers pass attempts. I don't know, man.
I think it's a half.
We'll table that till we get to that game. Let's jump right into the games. Again, no bias, so it's going to be a long one regardless. And I got to get to Rochester Community Technical College for the Robot Lego Finals. Or whatever. I don't know. He's in like 5th grade. I don't think it's all that serious, but
it's pretty sick.
I got to get there to see. Apparently,
there's probably multiple grades competing. You probably
there are
stuff.
Different levels. So every grade has there's like a thing, and there's these pins or something, and some are meant to be knocked down, and some are not meant to be knocked down. So you have to program and build your Lego thing so it can navigate this and knock down the pins. You're supposed to as quickly as possible without hitting the bad pins. So Robot Finals today, 3:30.
You know what you could do is you could cheat like Elon Musk and just give him a VR headset and have him boop, 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 boop. Wow, it was perfect. It was perfect. All right. Let's get
I know,
into
where was
this
shit when I was a kid? I would have loved it.
Man. Holy shit.
So again, digressing, going to Thursday night, where we have there's some screamers this week, but there are some stinkers. And that's kind of the case when you get to this time of year and you have not only some mismatches.
Oh, this is a bad
mismatches with quarterbacks. And then this isn't some mismatch.
No,
I just hate both of these teams right now.
This is a bad week, and it starts with a bad game. You want me to set the
table? Buffalo, New England. Yeah, you start. Buffalo, New England's good.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe then.
Is there any other good game? Is there any other game?
I believe
really looking
Rams Detroit will be better than expected. I will be opposite you there.
I do not.
I believe Kansas City, LA has a chance of being entertaining. I think Baltimore, Cincinnati could be very entertaining. And guess what? Even if the Rams,
did you watch the Chargers game on Monday?
Does it have to be high scoring and efficient to be entertaining? Entertainment
has to have forward passing. All right. Thursday Night Football, the Atlanta Falcons take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a game that was expected to have huge consequences for the NFC South. It will. There's a decent chance that Week 18, Tampa and Carolina is going to be our primetime game, which is just sad and pathetic. Tampa Bay has fallen flat on their faces because of the injuries that they have sustained this year and the regression of the quarterback play, which also might be because of injury. They do draw a Falcons team that is effectively a dead flopping fish on a deck. The Kirk Cousins experience has been awful since he has been reintroduced to our lives. Last week, the Falcons were bet pretty aggressively in that Seattle game, largely, I think, because they were home and people weren't quite sure that they believed in Seattle offense, I guess. But that was put to dead bed in the second half when the Seahawks just utterly buried this team. Falcons come out of that game with a couple of kind of quietly important injuries. Drake London will not go, and Kyle Pitts is questionable. So good luck to Kirk Cousins against a blitz-happy defense here. Now, Tampa Bay has been also still like anyone's guess who plays. Andy, can you convince me to buy low on Tampa at -4 here. Market opened at 5.5. It's been one-way action. Atlanta. Okay. No Drake London, no, potentially no Kyle Pitts. I'm not sure why anyone's going to war here with the Falcons.
Yeah, and I think this kind of leads down to how you feel about the defense for said Buccaneers. I know some of the main injuries we focus on are the wide receivers, the Bucky Irving injury, but they've been here and there injured defensively, and
offensive line too is big for me.
The Bretis thing wasn't great, but right now Tampa Bay is a middle of the pack defense, and if you don't have your main weapons and you have Kirk Cousins playing at the level he's playing, it does kind of feel like you're buying low on Tampa here. You saw the highs early in the season, although they were close games. There were some close ones, but they were winning them, and I don't know what has Atlanta done in the last few weeks to give me any confidence, especially if you don't have Drake London in the game. It's basically, can you contain the big weapon? Can you contain Robinson? Tampa Bay's run defense is very much a plus. Their pass rush has been a plus, and it's mostly the coverage that's given me fits when I'm trying to evaluate this team. And I don't know.
Since midseason, Tampa Bay is allowing the 30th drop back EPA per play. That's bad. Mm-hmm. They're kind of in the mix with the Washingtons and the Cincinnatis of the world in that regard. I don't have an answer for why the coverage has been sucking so horrifically, but this isn't the kind of quarterback or offensive weapon room that should scare you. Zion McCollum is taking a step backwards. Jamel Dean looks a little washed. Jacob Parrish isn't very good at your nickel. Antoine Winfield, for some reason, hasn't been playing as well. I don't know. I think this is buy low Tampa. If you really twisted my arm, this is a hold your nose and take under 44. Raheem Morris is over his head as the head coach and has 4 more games left. Tampa Bay and Todd Bowles have never had a really good answer for Kirk Cousins, even though everyone else has. I don't know.
Yeah, I looked at this total. I looked at that secondary, and I thought, maybe this is a spot to go over. But it's a short week with a coaching staff / offensive play calling staff that I don't trust in Atlanta. Tampa Bay isn't seeming to, obviously they are missing weapons, and that struggles, but they aren't an offense that I'm going to be able to trust to get to like 28 points, even if they have a plus situation. Falcons, middle of the pack defense, last 5 weeks, still middle of the pack. There hasn't been some big regression or move up for them for me. Some of the young players, the young pass rushers, we saw a little bit more of them early in the season. Obviously, we've had some injuries there too. Probably not betting this one. I get where your head's at. My fair number for this one is... I vamped as I had to find that. 3.68.
I'm at pretty damn close to 4.
Yeah.
My fair total is 43.3.
I'd be interested to hear from the prop crowd.
Can I get
there's some props to be had for, like, who are they throwing the ball to with London out? Like, who is the beneficiary of that? They're
Mooney.
Is it just is that the answer? Is this Malik Heath going to play? The fact they just go and get a guy to fill in, I'm sure he's like 3rd, 4th on the. But yeah, this is what I was wondering too. If you do have a good run stop, does it just turn into 10 targets for Bijan? So Patrick, I'm kind of with you there. I'm going to jot that down. I might end up playing that.
Servastier Dennis going to play.
And yeah, exactly. This is what I'm wondering. It's like, do you get a higher amount of snaps in the slot from Bijan, or out wide, honestly, and just start slinging the ball? If they want to give him a 5-yard cushion, he's very dangerous with the ball in his hands. Just let him go out there and beat single coverage on the outside if they're not going to press. And I don't think they can press because they're not good enough to do that stuff and depend on safeties and single guys to not let people get beat over the top. So I do wonder if it's going to be some Exactly what Patrick's saying there. Bijan reception yards over.
Have you seen a high confidence Tampa Bay injury report yet?
Not really. It's a lot of this guy's this and this guy's maybe.
You want to make a couple you want to make a couple waggy calls?
So there was an update earlier this morning, and it was very wishy-washy.
That's why I was asking if you had anything high.
So confidence. Pitt's questionable. Drake London very much out, but where's the Tampa Bay one?
Yeah, that's kind of where I haven't seen anything. Greg is usually the guy to go to, but he's been a little bit opaque.
So Servassier Dennis out. I mean, that was kind of known, I guess. Cade Otton and Tyke Smith, doubtful. Everybody else is in play.
Okay. So we're going to see Wirfs?
I think so.
We're going to see Hassan Reddick.
I think his was minor. Yeah.
All right. This is Tampa Bay then. I think maybe one positive note here. And this is not to specifically dunk on the Egbuka fan club. Maybe it is. Did you see Jonah's separation catch point wide receiver spray chart?
Yeah.
Tez Johnson outperforming Egbuka among rookie wide receivers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Egbuka as well. He's not making catches right now, and I don't fully understand why. If the hands hit the rookie wall. So
I don't know that Mike Evans and McMillan matter much. You got Tez Johnson.
I wish you all the best betting a divisional.
I think it's Tampa.
A divisional favorite on Thursday with two bad coaches.
Yeah, okay, that's a good.
As much as I love Bowles, I consider Bowles like a top 5 DC, a bottom 10 head coach.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I can't argue at all. Okay. Why don't we for Sunday morning where the Arizona Cardinals get an early wake-up call to play the Texans?
Sunday morning. Yeah, this one is, we're still in the Arizona. It's everybody's hurt. Trey Benson not going to be activated. Laundry list of injuries. We saw the effort level last time out. I think that's probably what you get, except you're facing a worser offense. Although is this a spot where you can kind of spike things with your offense? This is a very, very tough defense right now. As we mentioned, everyone's looking forward to Houston possibly ending the life of one Phillip Rivers on the field in a couple weeks. I'm terrified of that matchup because it's a nasty pass rush, and I think they're going to play him.
Rivers has a good pocket presence.
Rivers is not mobile 5 years ago. Coming from me, who's actually younger than Phillip Rivers. Congratulations to me. I am less mobile than I used to be. We had a snowball fight last night. I wasn't shucking and jiving. I got hit a few times. Usually I'm very good.
I just got bad news. I'm older than Phillip Rivers by 2 months. By 2 months. Yeah.
Did you see
44.
Did you see that his starting center was born a month before his firstborn child?
That's incredible.
It's wild. We'll see if he plays. And again, we're not talking about that game right now. We are talking Arizona, Houston.
Texans score authority, Andy?
Can they? Are they capable? Because this isn't a terribly high total. And if they kind of impose their will, it feels like even with the injury to Chubb, Marks has been banged up. If they do, hey, our running backs are sort of banged up. We're in a game state where we're winning. Do we keep running? Because they're banged up. Is that what we really should do? Or should we simulate the run game with short passes and keep those guys from taking 10 more hits apiece in this game? It kind of feels like Houston may be forced to continue to throw the ball, even if they get in a positive game state. Houston team total over.
Defense might score.
Yeah, honestly, that number's probably correct, but it's a fun bet to have anyway. So, what are we at for this total right now? I don't have the updated 42 flat 9.5. So you're looking at 21. Man, a Houston team total in the high 20s is really something amazing. But
26, yeah. something like that. I think they make it. I think they get to 30. I think they cover 10 going away. This has like 35-6 kind of vibes to me. I don't think that the Cardinals offense in their current form matches up to even get garbage time points in this one. Nope.
Yeah, the shine has come off Brissett a little. I have Brissett as like a 2.7 quarterback wise, and just it's actually kind of difficult to make an Arizona number right now based on how many people are injured.
Okay. I fired Houston -10. First bet of the week for me.
Yeah.
I think
this is fun.
-108.
Houston team total over 13.5 first half.
That is fun.
Sometimes
I feel like
you
their
only get 3 drives.
second half points might be more prevalent just because of the potential for the strip sack. You know, once the game state is comfortably in their favor, then you let the Bulls go, and the parade starts.
Yeah, the Bulls on parade.
That's the one. All right, let's go Texans. Let's move down the card to a Raiders team who also gets an early call time. Las Vegas, typically this time of year, is on Pacific Standard Time or Pacific Daylight Time. We're in daylight savings, right? Pacific Daylight Time. I don't know. It is 10 a.m.
Correct.
10 a.m. kickoff for Las Vegas Raiders, who have a lot to play for. Oh, wait, no, they don't. They have nothing to play for. What am I talking about? They take on an Eagles team who does have something to play for, and it is a lopsided market. If you want to lay the favorite here, it is out to 11.5. Total sits at 37.5. So the market is telling you that the Raiders might not score points. Don't have any strong updates for you on what the quarterback situation is since we talked last. Because I haven't done my homework, but I'm assuming that Geno Smith is out and that this is the Kenny Pickett show. And Kenny Pickett is going to war with, is Brock Bowers still playing? I think he is. No offensive line. That didn't really stop the Chargers from running on the Eagles. So maybe the Raiders run in this game. But I don't know, man. This doesn't feel like the type of game you go to war with the Raiders. My fair is actually 11.7. So I actually show value Eagles here. My total is 41. So my numbers show value over. I'm guessing that the power of positivity is going to swing one way or the other in terms of Eagles getting their team total in this one. But tough to imagine Jalen Hurts having a worse performance. And I'm not really sure he was playing with a ton of confidence anyway. So I don't know what happens now. You can pretty much tell me anything. Like, you come from the future and this is what happens to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles the rest of the season. Anything from they find their shit, they get their shit together and win the Super Bowl, to they absolutely crash and burn and somehow lose some of these very winnable games and don't make the playoffs. I think I would believe either way. I honestly have no idea where this goes.
Yeah, but excuse me, about 10 minutes ago, Rap put out that Geno Smith is unlikely to start due to the shoulder injury. Not practicing day. It's going to be Pickett, almost certainly. Who he's probably an upgrade. And you have the substitute teacher mindset where, hey, I'd love another contract. I'd love to keep getting paid to do this. I got to go out there and put my best foot forward. That said, it's still a tough defense. It's still a good pass rush, and it's a besides Bowers, your weapons have been very, very bad. Bad, injured, or traded is basically the rest of your weapons. So they don't have a lot to work with there. It's just so hard for me to get behind the Eagles and take them seriously. And I think a lot of people have made the case that part of Jalen Hurts' issue is coaching. It is the play calling. It's both. It's definitely both. I don't know how to assign that blame pie, but Hurts is making some bad decisions. Somebody tried to make the case that Hurts is, making a bad throw, trying to force it because he knows, this is a better chance that I might have on the next play because guys are not being schemed open. I didn't buy that. I think he's just straight up making bad decisions right now, and I think he leaned a lot on Kellen Moore giving him easy buttons last year. Obviously, you had a running back who was in better shape. You had a line playing a little better, and it was just better play calls. Petullo's holding them back. It's hard for me to lay a big ass number with this team. Like
That's where I feel too.
This is I'm grossed out by both teams kind of thing.
Since the midpoint of the season, the Eagles' offense is 26th in EPA per play generated. The Raiders' offense is 32nd, minus 2.47. Oh shit! The wide receiver room for the Raiders is just an appalling disaster, and Ashton Genty is getting horrific blocking pluses, maybe not as good as people thought he was. So
yeah, I went on the old running backs don't matter. I like to look at last 5-6 weeks. I pulled weeks 9 to 14.
It's bad.
The Eagles' offensive, the little Eagle guy, he's to the left and lower than the Saints' fleur-de-lis. Not where you want to be.
How are we compared to like the Browns' orange helmet?
Better than the Browns.
Oh, okay.
We are better than the Browns, Jets, Titans, Raiders.
Titans. Oh, good. Better than Titans. Incredible.
Better than the Vikings, who have been better.
They've had some bad ones.
Yeah. If you just want to look at straight up EPA per play, the Eagles are 27th in that stretch, just ahead of the Vikings.
Oof, man, Jesus
and
Christ.
Not many other teams. So it's hard for me to go to war with this team with a big number. They might just luck their way into these points though, because it's the Raiders team. And again, Kenny Pickett, as I mentioned, like playing for his supper, singing for his song. It is a Pickett revenge game. He did play for the Eagles. I can't believe nobody mentioned that.
I forgot it.
The Pickett thing. Sometimes when these guys are like, "Hey, this is my shot. I got to make the most of this," they press a little.
Oh yes.
And like Kenny Pickett to throw an interception's got to be minus 200, guys.
Especially if they're losing by 10 points at halftime.
Yeah. So, all right, moving on. Not a game I will be wagering hard-earned dollars on because both sides gross me out so bad.
You're talking about Jets Jags?
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of Jets Jags.
Yeah.
The New York Fighting Jets signed, I believe it was Adrian Martinez today, because they are another. It's crazy when these quarterbacks
so Fields
go to shit.
Is cooked.
I think both. So Fields and Taylor neither practiced today.
Oh, that means Cook's getting all the first team reps. Look what it did for Shedeur Sanders.
I guess that's correct. So Cook probably not a massive difference, but still a downgrade from actual, quarterbacks who've played and started in games, although Justin Fields has been abhorrent this year. So you're looking at another big number. This is a team I can take a little more seriously, though. We talked about this. Not quite sure what it is about Cohen's play calling, but Cohen is doing stuff, and he's simplifying it when he talks to the media. He says, like, I'm letting Trevor play a little looser. I don't know what that means, but he's certainly calling it differently to give Trevor the best chance to succeed with how he plays quarterback. I think that's super important because it's super hard to change. You can work on mechanics. You can work on reading adjustments at the line when you have time. But when it comes down to the split-second decision-making, I feel like it's very hard to reprogram that. And you just have to understand, this is what my quarterback does when he's in these decisions. He's a first-read guy. He's a scramble guy. He's a buy time or run guy. He's a buy time in the pocket, run around Aaron Rodgers guy. And, tailoring your plays to fit that. I don't know if that's exactly what's happened, but the offense has been a lot better. And as we mentioned, we're talking about Raiders that got traded away for skill possessions. Like, they made some additions to this team that's definitely helped. The cornerback room coming together a little off of the lows of last year. Obviously some injuries in there as well, but this is a damn good team right now. And I'm not quite at this number, but man, the Jets are in disarray. Brees didn't practice today. Yeah, Travis Hunter was holding him back. That said, what an awful draft day trade. that's looking like as far as how much you gave up. Maybe
I'm gonna go
maybe
the other
down
way,
the stretch.
Andy.
Maybe down the stretch
way.
he pays, but
I'm gonna go the other way, Andy.
what?
They used their rookie season to figure out that his most appropriate role is cornerback.
I know, but they gave up a lot. And I think that's correct. I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, speak for yourself. If they get the 1 seed, they're giving away, pick 26 for best cornerback in the draft. I don't know, man. All right. I'm not being serious. Though. I'm not being serious. I couldn't lay 13 here, even though, and I think mostly it's just like, I get it when a team has no good players and is playing for nothing, and one team is playing for a lot and has a quarterback who's playing well, but a little too much heat on the Jags right now after no one believed that they were going to beat the Colts last week, and they did it in such emphatic fashion, because then there was like an entire week of circle jerk on, holy shit, look how good Trevor Lawrence looks. And it's like, I think we know where Trevor Lawrence, I think we know what he is. And Cohen should get some more of the credit and more of the shine. And honestly, we shouldn't even be surprised that he's got Trevor Lawrence playing well, because he did amazing things with Baker Mayfield. And in the blind, I would say Trevor Lawrence has a stronger physical set of tools than Baker. So yeah, I think your diatribe, your narrative, your monologue was very, very reasonable. And there'll be a time and a place to fade Jacksonville, and I don't think this is it.
All right, who ruins this 10-point 5-team sweetheart teaser, which pays plus 150, and it does not feel like enough. Niners -3, Seahawks -4, Jags -3.5, Philly -2, Texans pick 'em.
It's probably the Jags.
It's probably the Jags, right? For me, it's the Jags or the Niners.
Like the Jags do something just asinine and win by 3, like they did against the Cardinals a couple weeks ago. Something like that.
I'm probably still going to play that. Those are fun. Have some fun once in a while, guys. Have some fun.
All right. Let's move on to Browns Bears, which actually is a fun one to break down. The Chicago Bears are currently 7.5-point favorites. You have to lay -113 if you want those 7.5 points. And total sits at 39.5. There are key injuries on the Browns side of the ball that we really got to focus on, I think. And it is the center, right guard, right tackle combination who will all miss this game for Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders has secured the long-term future, the medium-term future of the quarterback one position in Cleveland. And he's getting pretty decent support from his receiving staff and his running back room. But fascinated to see if he can do it with Luke Weilper as this new center, Tevin Jenkins as the right guard, and KT Leviston as the right tackle. Those are all real human beings who will be starting this game. They are all real. They will all start. Harold Fannin Jr. has been a pretty fun story as a breakout, passing in David Njoku, who's been hurt. Jerry Jeudy can play. He's not good, but he can play. And Judkins Sampson combination is a nice little two-headed young running back room. Browns defense remains good. However, it is noted by everyone in the betting community, they are a different beast when at home than when on the road. They are on the road, and they are up against a Chicago Bears team that is rushing the ball at an exceptionally efficient level and have Caleb Williams playing at impressively a league average level and should be a little bit healthier here. So Bears score, Browns score maybe. This feels like an over 39.5 if you play anything, but I do not have the weather high confidence forecast in front of me to say whether or not this is going to be a gross windy game at Chicago or a beautiful crisp December afternoon for football. So haven't played anything in this one. Obviously haven't played much at all this week, and would kind of keep one eye on the weather report before firing it over if I made a bet in this game at all.
The Midwest is getting hit with a pretty cold, like where I'm going to be in North Dakota, there's like a high of -10.
-10?
Yeah, it's going to get 20 below. High of -10. The lake Blake doesn't do it any favors. Not seeing like bad weather, but it's going to be cold as shit in Cleveland, or excuse me, in Chicago. Both of those stadiums are close to the lake, and this is something that I was kind of picking up last week too. The Browns' defense has been so good all year, and you ever get that where we talk about this sometimes, where it's like, hey, we're 2-10 or whatever they are, 3-11. Where are they at this point? Something along those lines.
3-11. No,
3-11.
3-10.
Sometimes it gets hard.
4
to
games
keep
remaining.
playing. It keeps hard to keep playing hard, and that wasn't a good team they played last week, and they gave up a gob of points. Now you're up the difference between offensive play callers between last week and this week that you're facing is infinity, and your defense kind of looked shitty, and now they go on the road and take on a team not desperate for a win, but they damn well need them. They need them all to kind of this stretch run, make sure they get into a prime position here they can still win the division. It's still very tight. Green Bay doesn't have a bunch of cupcakes to just win instantly, so they can reclaim the crown, especially obviously with a big game next week. So I don't know. I kind of like Chicago to score some points here. I don't know if I need to rewatch that Browns game and figure out what was going on with the defense, but it didn't feel like they were playing at 110,
I see what you're saying. I think on the balance of the season, and really the second half of the season, the rush defense for the Browns has just been kind of average. It's really their pass defense that's been so sublime, and that's mostly just because they have these big fucking negatives of sacks. So do not rewatch the Browns game. I did. It was actually fun. The last 2 drives for the Browns were actually like, man, damn. Like,
Poles said we're going to take the North and never give it back. Didn't he say that like 3 years ago?
The North Poles? I don't know. Did he?
No, I think he said that when they hired the last guy.
Ooh, Eberflus?
That might have been the Eberflus presser.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. Again, like 11 degrees forecast as the high, 11 miles an hour forecast as the wind. No real likelihood of snow or rain. I probably am playing it over here, but nothing on the books right now. Chicago could flip Green Bay this week if Green Bay loses and they win, and then they host Green Bay next week, which would obviously be of monumental importance. So interesting times in the North.
Buffalo, New England. I might play the Bears team total over. I'm with you. I think there's points, and I think the Bears are very, very much tooled up to
my fair, by the way, is 42. I think the Bears get to 24.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really good rushing attack against a suspect run D. I don't even know if Caleb has to do anything.
That would be nice. Buffalo, New England. Couple of MVP type players. MVP and for their teams. New England coming off the bye, hosting Buffalo.
By MVP, you mean last year's MVP versus this year's MVP?
Probably pretty close. Obviously, Stafford has something to say about that. Who's the one I'm joking about having?
We're offering no bets. I mean, we're offering yes bets on Stafford at minus 250 at the deep
Drew's,
dive prediction market.
The DDP.
The DDP.
That's already a thing.
The DDPM.
The DDPM. Buffalo road favorite here, despite the home field, despite the rest advantage. They are about a 1.5 kind of we're at 49.5 for a total. That's kind of ticked up slightly over the week. I'm not quite there. I'm giving some Buffalo downgrade for the rest disadvantage. Obviously, it's not a big travel spot for them, but it's still a road game, and I'm on the other side of this. I have New England favored by about 1, and matchup wise, I don't see how Buffalo stops New England. kind of saw that last week. I guess the way to stop the opposing offense is for them to throw a bad screen pass and for you to take it for a touchdown and put you, because I mean they were in a hurting spot there for a bit.
Oh yeah.
If they don't get that, if they don't flip that field and score, probably losing that game. I mean, they were absolutely. The score is maybe not as indicative of what
the
a
Cook
bad
fumble
spot
into the end zone
spot they were there.
Killer. Yeah. And then they did flip with that the pick six, which was fluky. I guess it wasn't really fluky. It was just brain dead Burrow.
Yeah, don't throw that pass to that guy. That's he's not on the same team as you. Regardless, what are your fares here? Because like I said, I'm flipped 0, so it's not a huge money line difference, but it's still noticeable.
My fare is 2.7
for Buffalo.
No,
for New England.
Yeah.
Okay, I felt bad because I was 1.4 for New England. So you're on the same side of the coin as me here. Talk me through why Buffalo's favorite in the market right now. Big win, signature win. Josh Allen is looking pretty good. When he took off on that scamper for the touchdown, I mean, I got to give him credit. But there was how many players play on defense? Usually 11. Like, I don't understand how 9 of them are out of the picture when you're looking at half the field. You had the edge rusher who'd overcommitted to going wide, and you had one cornerback who was deep down there getting blocked. You're looking at half the field and you saw 2 out of 11. Like, just good. I'm maybe not scoring on that play. I'm getting 25 yards.
You're gashing them, yeah, no question.
I ran a 5.1 40 in high school, guys. I have very short legs.
I can't really tell you why. I've been low on the Patriots all year. I feel like I've been high on the Bills all year. I feel like, and yet here we are. BJ Hill running down 80. I think the fact that the Patriots won the first matchup and that people are kind of feel like they're in a lull, or that we've seen their best. They peaked too early. Bills are going to get it back. There's going to be some drama. Like this isn't just going to be as simple as Patriots win out and get the 1 seed. There's going to be some drama. I don't know why that's influencing people to bet the Bills inside the number, but I think this closes pick. I think there'll be some New England support at the +1. I think the total is maybe more surprising to me that there was somebody out there sniffing around this under. Once upon a time, this looked like it was going to get to 50, and no, we're back down to 49 at circa.
I'm with Patrick again. Me and Patrick. I
thought this was going to get pumped a little.
Yeah, I hope Patrick has a great. I thought there was weather, so immediately when I saw that, I went and checked some of the weather, and it doesn't look bad. Nowhere looks bad right now. It's just like, oh, it's going to be cold in New York. It's going to be cold in Cincinnati, Philly, cold. Pittsburgh, cold. Like, I'm not seeing any heavy winds or heavy precipitation or anything. Maybe a bomb cyclone is pending.
I don't think so. I mean, temps around freezing and some wintry mix, maybe.
Yeah, I need Patrick to have a good week because we're sharing a brain today. I looked at New England. I looked at the over
here. Yeah, my fair is almost 52. I think that's the fire. That's the play. Patriots are scoring on these guys. The Bills' defense sucks, guys. They suck. They suck. I don't know what else you need to see. They had an opportunistic turnover last week that prevented the Bengals from putting them to sleep. I don't know. The Patriots defense isn't good enough to stop Josh. This is the kind of game where the Patriots are like, fans are like, oh yeah, Milton Williams is hurt. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We have Eric Gregory making some pretty important snaps at nose tackle for us. You know? Like, sure wish Milton Williams was out there. I don't know. I don't think the New England defense is especially good. I think Buffalo is going to get their number on them. And I think Buffalo's defense is just bad. You can run on New England. You can target Spillane in the passing game. If the two tight ends are feeling good and the Bills are running a lot of 12 in this one, like Patriots are going to get beat. And I think this has first to 30.
I have Buffalo as my 24th best defense. New England a little higher. Neither of them is good. I like where your head's at.
This is a first to 30 coin flip. If you want to bet the side, take the plus money, but I think your better bet is the over.
I like that you said that because that's kind of where my head was. I hadn't bet this yet. I was debating because when you see plus money, you get a plus money line. It's nice. It's awful nice to get something like that, but at the same time, it could be a little fluky like we saw last week, but I don't think either defense slows down. And you want a team to get up by multiple scores because then the other one has to kick it in the ass a little again, and we end up more points. So unless we end up with some real bad weather, over 49, over 49.5.
Two notes referencing again Judah's awesome spray chart, which is one of my favorites. I love the wide receiver when he does, which is raw separation grade on the X and catch point and yak on the Y. Best receiver in football this year is not George Pickens. It's not JSN. It's not Puka Nacua, Andy. It's Butte. He is dominating in both the separation and at the catch point. Congratulations that they found a absolute home run of a player in Keyshawn Butte to pair with their young quarterback. Who is the second worst wide receiver in football? Only better than Dante Thornton Jr. of the Raiders. Keon Coleman.
Keon, where you getting them colors? Are you dying them?
Man, he's been bad this year. Khalil Shakir has really slipped in his sort of kind of advanced metrics from last year to this year, although he was pretty important for them last week, I have to say. I think this is a Dalton Kincaid / Knox type of game, Cook type of game. And I'm not going to be shocked if Buffalo wins going away, but I do think the Patriots are going to be able to answer here. And what am I? I mean, shit. I'm into the over here. I'm playing over 50.5 plus 102. 27-24 gets us there.
Me too. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Next up on the docket, Baltimore, Cincinnati, the aforementioned Cincinnati Bengals, who lost that game. Take it away.
Lamar Jackson missed practice today. Don't stop me if you've heard this before. It's because it's Wednesday and he doesn't practice on Wednesdays, apparently. I thought that the tape, particularly in the second half against the Steelers, that he put together was better than the result. And
he felt unlucky, didn't he?
It did.
It felt like it
felt
was more unlucky than shitty, and because it's been shitty lately.
It's been shitty lately, and it wasn't.
It shifted.
It wasn't as shitty. Yes, it wasn't as shitty. It was unlucky. The result kind of, I think, has kept everyone anchored on he's just not playing as well, and it was shitty. I don't know. Is that unfair? Maybe.
No, it does feel like they got the worst of a couple bounces and a couple calls from the refs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if they walk away from that win, we're looking at that team quite a bit different, especially considering where they'd be standing in that division right now.
Yes. So
much easier defense to play against on the road, but still a much, much easier defense. This total is what, 52 still? Where are we at?
51.5. Okay. So another first to 30-er. The kind of noteworthy, I don't really have anything noteworthy injury-wise other than T. Higgins will miss because he's been concussed again. It must have been something after the game because he looked good to me out there. But he'll miss. And so we're back to sort of the one-headed monster. Chase did not play. He was suspended the last time these guys went head-to-head, I think, on Thursday night, right? Am I misremembering? I don't believe Chase, or maybe that was his first game back. I don't remember. It didn't really matter, though, because the Baltimore defense kind of got exposed in that game. And
he's sad versus the Patriots.
Sad versus the Patriots. Thank you.
Yeah. He spit on the Steelers.
He spit on the Steelers. He sat versus the Patriots, and then he was back versus the Ravens. He's in general monster matchup here. The cornerback room for the Ravens defense stinks. And the Ravens do not have a pass rush. Their only good pass rusher to start the season. They're two good pass rushes to start the season. One of them's on another team because they traded him. And the other one is probably retiring football because of a neck injury. So we don't really have anyone that can generate pressure on Joe Burrow here, which means he's going to fucking knife them. This is a very high total, but again, weather doesn't look problematic to me. We're looking at 17 degrees temps, 6 mile an hour winds.
Are we doing a 10-point sweetheart teaser on totals now, Drew? Can we get to 40 in this?
I think we can. I think this is going to be another. I think this one's going to be another screamer. You're not capturing the key of 51, which is kind of tougher. But Bengals are going to get their points in this one. I think they're going to make their team total. Maybe that's the angle. I don't know. Then if Baltimore just does, if bad Lamar does show up, you're not married to him. Over for 24.5 for Cincy. Sound any interest to you?
Is it that high?
It's high. No?
I suppose it's a small spread. It's still a small spread. It's worth noting. I don't have strong interest in this game. So I have a higher number for Cincy than most in the market. I actually have Cincinnati as a tiny favorite.
We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
But you're high on both, and I'm
high on both. So I'm like 2.7, 1.5. Give them. I have
Cincy as a super small favorite. No.
Yeah.
Plus 0.2.
Same thing, but it does kind of feel like the same thing where it's a coin flippy game. Am I really that confident in everything that Cincinnati does to take them as a straight up dog? No, their defense is hammered dog shit. Like, all it takes is a couple broken plays and, oh, hey, another 3rd and long for Baltimore because they're being stupid and then
their run defense has gotten better somehow. Can you explain that? Because like they used to be bad on both sides of the ball.
I guess without Hendrickson, you're forced to just go beefier inside. Okay. You're throwing out some other guys that are maybe more of a plus in the run stop rather than pure pass rushers.
Interesting.
And you lack, and with Shamar missing games and being hurt too, your lack of pure edge rushers, maybe you just went a little bigger on the defensive line.
Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting call.
No bet for me there unless we play a team total.
Their pass defense has been putrid. Their run defense has been significantly better than expected.
Lamar get right game.
Does have that vibe. He does 40 dropbacks, completes 33 passes for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yes. Okay. I'm moving on to
passing.
City.
All right. Is it you or me?
I'll take this. I'm an even source on odds.
Okay.
This is the 8th game in the rotation. The LA Chargers off a weird one where they probably maybe didn't deserve to win, but they did because they played a team that likes to fiddle bleep around and lose games they shouldn't based on some, just when you have that many turnovers, bad things are going to happen to you. It doesn't matter who you're playing or if they can throw a forward pass or not. So we end up with week 2 coming off the injury. I would think Herbert is 100% ready to go because not only was he not really hampered by it, I don't understand why some of the downfield passes weren't good, but it felt unrelated to the hand. It's the wrong hand. I don't know why, if he was just a little skittish, because that didn't feel like the case either. He took off running a lot more than I thought he would. He didn't seem to give a shit that his hand had been broken, surgically repaired, and then padded up with what looked like some sort of styrofoam around it. So I think he's just fine. And then you get the Chiefs in desperation mode here, and you can factor that in all you want. It's still a team that's I don't know. Where do you have them? They're kind of like the 10th best team.
Chargers?
No, the Chiefs.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Like
11.
It's funny. I'm at 11 as well.
Mostly because downgrades to the offensive line are real.
Yeah, it's one of the bottom. It's like a bottom 5-6 offensive line right now, which is funny because both teams. That's the problem with both teams. There's so many missing offensive linemen in this game. It's just kind of going to be who's better under pressure. Yeah, who's able to make some stuff happen under pressure, because there's going to be 25 combined pressures in this game.
Yes,
and you got two quarterbacks who can do some stuff, but. I mean, if we're going to end up with some of the drops like we got last week from Kansas City and some of the bad decisions, some of the interceptions, kind of, advantage LAC at this point. And I'm not sure that's something I'm excited about backing right now. I make it 3.78. So I'm a little bit on the Kansas City side. This total might be a little high, which is weird.
These two combined, by the way, these two offensive lines combined to allow how many pressures last week, Andy? You got to guess?
28.
46.
Holy shit.
The Chargers allowed 28 by themselves.
Okay.
And the Chiefs 18. So nice. Anyway.
I mean, this market already came down. This total, this was the move early in the week. The early week number, you could get a 44 at one point. Maybe that was look ahead, but this total coming down, that's the correct move. The fact that two offensive linemen are beat, it's going to be very hard to move the ball because there's how many holding calls do you think we get?
Ooh, I'm going to set the number at 7, and I was going to say 6.5, so 7, 6, 7.
6, 7. When you have bad and beat up offensive linemen, you get more holding calls, and you end up with 2nd and 20, or you end up with 2nd and 21 because of an 11-yard sack. It's just going to be really hard for these teams to move the ball consistently, I feel. Chargers are already used to their bad offensive line. Yeah, maybe that's a plus for them.
I mean, the Chiefs are the best team, presumably in the best situation for dealing with this, because Pat Mahomes is so incredible at creating when pressured and when the pocket collapses. So, yeah,
you can't just say regression to the mean on getting sacked. But Justin Herbert was sacked. I mean, he was actually sacked a bunch, but he should have been sacked like 14 times last game out. He weaseled his way out like prime Russell Wilson, where there's 3 guys. It's like a cartoon. There's a dog pile on top of him, and somehow he's naked bootleg right. How did he get out of there? Throwing down the field. Oh my God, that's Tyler Lockett's number. Just stupid how some of these things have happened with Herbert being able to break out of some of that pressure.
And his sack avoidance was ridiculous. So was Pat Mahomes', by the way. Mahomes only got sacked twice. I tend to think the sack avoidance is being a little bit. God damn it! I want to play the over in this game so bad, but Herbert his downfield passing was atrocious. It was atrocious, and the separation from the receivers was non-existent. McDuffie not going to go, or will? What do you think? You're guessing no?
I'm guessing no right now.
Okay. That makes me want the over. All right. I'm playing the over. 41.5. I'm going to buy back here. Minus 108.
Yeah, it's a knee injury.
Captured 43 and 42. This is solid.
Questionable, but
this is solid. Playing the over. Still only have one side on the week. Yikes. All right.
Good luck. Have fun. All right, you got Commandos Giants.
Okay.
It is going to be Mariota.
It is.
Yes. So
Mariota.
Catching up on the injury news from earlier today, they kind of just said
Jaden Daniels.
Hey, his elbows hurt. Although if I was going to make a guess this morning, I would have said they threw him out there last week too early. What's going to stop him from doing something stupid this week? So I'm actually a little surprised.
Monday, the Giants got bet. by the way.
Yeah.
-1 turned into -2.5. Since then, there's been some push-pull. In the moment of the announcement that it was going to be Mariota and not Daniels, no one bet anything. There was not even a nibble. So, yeah, here we are. 2.5 for the home Giants. Can you believe we are in a world where the Giants have fired their head coach and their defensive coordinator, have won 2 or 3 games on the season, and yet find themselves favored in week 15? A little bit of
against a team that went to the NFC title game.
Yeah, that's wild. Definitely would note that everyone and their sister got burned on the Commanders last week. Burned badly. Like, honestly, like
there was a bunch of love for them, and they weren't in that game terribly long.
They just knifed the Commanders backers, unapologetically. Knifed their support. So I think that's one of the reasons that there's pretty soft Commander support this week. It is worth noting, and we didn't really talk about buys. Late season buys matter. They're useful. New England has coming off a bye against Buffalo. New York Giants coming off a bye against Washington. They also have a small travel advantage. In general, I can't really find much of a reason to get involved betting this game. My fare is exactly 2.5. My total is a little bit high, but not enough to be excited about, considering there could be some weather in the Meadowlands, and that's a place that is definitely affected by it. Winds right now, 13 miles an hour. Neither of these defenses is worth trusting with your life, let alone, specifically asking them to do anything good. The EPA per rush that the Giants are allowing in the last couple of weeks is embarrassing for them. And Washington likes to run the ball. So Washington probably has a little bit of interesting opportunity for success here. Maybe they get a win. This is definitely going to change draft order in some way that's interesting. But that's about all I have as far as, a reason to watch this game.
I have looked at this over. Like you said, both defenses are bottom 5 for me right now, and there's things to like about both offenses, especially how well Washington ran the ball against Denver. Now, they were just absolutely limp dick dead to the world last time out, but this is a bad defense especially compared to Minnesota, even at partial strength and Flores scheming. So it should be a bounce back spot for them there. It kind of feels like I need to watch the weather, and I might bet this late. Washington also, and I know this is part of the season with Daniels, but one of the better red zone teams. It just feels like an over I bet that makes me very mad, where it's like the two teams combined to go 1 for 9 in the red zone or something along those lines, and there's 700 yards and 31 points. So,
yeah,
I'm tempted. I'm tempted, but for now, I'm gonna wait because it is one of the stadiums where weather can kind of switch on a dime. So, passing.
Honestly, the Mariota news makes me want the over even more.
I know. I like him in this offense. He looked okay,
especially because one of the things that gets rat fucked when you're in the Meadowlands and it's windy is the deep passing and the kicking. But that's not how you beat the Giants anyway. You just run it down their throats.
Yeah, what was the big... So the Commanders took a division-leading Broncos team to the brink. Should have beat them in overtime.
Yeah.
And then they lost to the hapless Vikings badly. Was there any difference roster-wise between those two games?
Well, quarterback.
Yeah.
The starting quarterback.
And Mariota
Yeah,
is the straw that stirs the drink. All right, over with a question mark.
His first pass when they brought him in relief from Daniels was not inspiring against the Vikings.
No, still I trust him with the game when he's prepping for the game.
Okay.
Indy, Seattle.
Good protection, good weapons.
How much?
Lean commies like over.
Same.
All right.
I hope Jackson Dart has a good game. That's my bet. Seattle is now pushing out to 14 at some places with a total of 42.5 facing Indianapolis.
Real quick, I got to comment on Patrick's comment. Herbert's hand not going to feel great in this 10-degree weather. Like he's going to feel his hand.
Yeah.
They got stuff for that.
Yeah. The drugs you take that increases feeling.
Honestly, I think whatever the drugs that impacted him, I think that was impacting his passing last week because he was throwing like he was high as a kite. Anyway, sorry. Carry on Seattle.
McMillan and Evans
is there anything
activated off IR?
Anything interesting about this game? Indy?
What?
Seattle?
The quarterback situation. Who goes? Is it? Were you being sarcastic?
Of course. This is the most interesting game of the week.
You caught me there. You caught
Best
me
game of the week.
I didn't have any coffee, so the school
Here
was
we
2 hours.
Fucking go.
School was 2 hours late today, Drew, because of the bad weather. So you know what I did? I said, you know what? Andy's 2 hours late too.
Snooze.
So I haven't had coffee. I'm kind of half-assing it into the day here. But yeah, 14-point favorites against quarterback TBD. Although it does sound like Riley Leonard has more of a chance to play than we thought.
Oh, I disagree.
He was practicing today. He is dealing with a knee injury, but he is practicing. They're not going to make their decision until the end of the week. Here's my question to you.
I think the Colts
Riley Leonard
they have a better chance to win with Philip Rivers.
Riley Leonard looked bad, but he'll have a week to prep. He is a backup and a deep backup for a reason. Who was the guy behind him?
Brett Rippon.
Brett Rippon is third on a chart for a reason.
He was practice squad for a reason.
Yeah. He was practice squad for a reason. And then you have a 44-year-old man who hasn't played for many years. My favorite thing was people were positing the fact that the team he coached in high school ran a similar offense to the Colts as that'll help him catch up that much faster. Do you really think a high school offense was a tenth of as complicated as, what they're going to roll out there with Steichen? I mean, the fact that he's played football before is good, I guess, but it's been so many years. That he could look amazingly bad. I mean, the hope is that he plays. For entertainment purposes, the hope is that Rivers plays, correct? Carly's suiting up. Carly might be better than Philip Rivers.
Let's do it. No, I'm excited to see what he looks like. I thought that his energy in the press conference and the clips that I've seen from him practicing was like, I'm not talking myself into like this is going to be a thing, but I think he starts the rest of the season for the Colts.
Maybe you're not experiencing this to the level I am because I live my life a lot harder than you.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You do drink a lot. I don't know
about that, Jim.
I don't know. If you knew me in my early 30s, like my binge drinking.
I don't know about that, Jim.
Was very much. I don't work out like you do. I don't eat healthy. Either way, the cognitive decline. You ever do the thing where you open the fridge, you forget what you're looking for.
Yes.
You open a tab, you forget what website you were even wanting to open.
Yes.
You space out what you're doing on what app was I trying to open on my phone?
Yes.
It's just you're a little slower processing as time goes on.
Correct.
It's probably not ideal when you are facing a pass rush like this, when you're facing a defense like this. I feel like his processing time is going to be just slow enough where he makes some really, really bad decisions. And maybe not completely his fault, but you haven't played against anybody. You haven't played quarterback for fucking 5 years. I do probably have low iron, Katie. I'm going to look into that. What if I'm anemic? We need to veer off this and start to figure that out. Either way, I am very much considering laying the points here. I don't know that Indianapolis scores. Indianapolis.
I mean, your point about cognitive decline is interesting. I don't know how much that's correlated with having children or drinking alcohol, in which case I don't know what his alcohol consumption habits are, but I know he has 10 children, which is probably pretty stressful. So yeah, it's definitely worth kind of considering that this may be a tough ask for him, but he's got an elite set of weapons to play with here, and he's got good protection, and they have, pretty. This feels like it feels like it breaks hard either way. If we're being honest, either this they roll the dice, they throw him out there, and it's a fucking disaster and an embarrassment, and the locker room is like, well, I guess our season's over. Or he's competent. People are, like, hey, this is like rally around, type of moment where the squad comes together and, plays really well down the stretch because they're like, this is a cool story. So I don't have a strong feeling of which way it's breaking. It's probably 80-20 breaking towards the embarrassing. But I'm going to allow the 20% chance that this ends up being the coolest story of the year. Him coming back and playing competent football.
He is Andrew Feldman. He is not Mormon. He is
not Mormon.
He is very Catholic.
Which is usually correlated with booze. The only booze story I can find related to Philip Rivers was the time he had a large portion of a keg of O'Doul's and was like, I guess I'm just a good drinker. Not realizing it was a non-alcoholic beer. Anyway.
10 kids Catholic. That's a Jim Gaffigan joke. There's Catholics, you won't see them up at the bar, but you go through their recycling. They're drinking. They're drinking along, guys.
Anyway.
I don't know that it matters. There's not a big difference between Rivers and Leonard and Rippon. It's all bottom 5 to 10% profile for me for quarterback play against a tough defense. This could be another bad one. What happened last time the Seattle Seahawks played a quarterback who had very little experience? And it was Max Brosmer.
They did it twice. It was Max Brosmer and it was Spencer Rattler. Both of them were a fucking embarrassment. Yeah.
And that Vikings day, that was a good defense they played in Minnesota. This is not nearly on the level of the Minnesota Vikings defense.
I kind of think that's why they play Rivers, because if they trot Rippon or Leonard out there, it's just going to be, you're going to lose the locker room. They're just going to be like, well, fuck it. Season's over. That was a fun story while it lasted. Whereas Rivers, I think, can at least get you some points in this one. I guess it's worth noting the Colts have largely played a pretty easy schedule when they were successful. They've played some pretty easy defenses when their offense looked good. They were able to rush pretty effectively and stay ahead of the chains and play with a positive game state for a lot of this season. All right. None of that is likely to be possible against the Seattle defense. No. Like, you're not going to be able to rush much. You're not even really going to be able to take much pressure off the quarterback with Taylor. You're going to have to win this game by completing forward passes into the intermediate part of the field. And if they think Rivers can do it based on today and tomorrow's practice, I think they're going to throw him out there. And yeah, I'm excited to see it.
I have a 99% chance of disaster if he plays.
99.
It's just it's not enough time to prep. This is not a simplistic. If you make it a simplistic offense, Seattle's going to win by 1 million. Either way. So
okay. Worth noting also, Colts without both their starting cornerbacks.
Yeah, that's the other part. Like,
that's bad.
It hasn't been a great defense, and now you're missing Ward and Moore.
Ward and Sauce.
Kenny Morris. I forgot the one name. Like, remember how good that secondary was going to be once they got Sauce?
I know it. Kenny Moore's playing. Sauce is out. This is
what I think. This is correct. Like, I think we'll see more than one quarterback in that game. Someone's getting hurt.
Really?
It hurts. I got hit with a snowball last night, and I thought I was going down. Can't imagine getting hit by here's Devon Witherspoon in my face.
I'm sad that this is not a Danny Dimes game, because the total would be like, the number would be like around 7.5, 8, and it would be such a solid bet on Seattle.
You think it'd be that big?
Maybe.
Pre-injury.
Yeah.
Four tops. Indianapolis had a pretty high rating when they were humming. I think
3
or 4.
God damn, that would have been great. That would have been just an awesome opportunity to bet Seattle. What was the right? The look ahead was like 3.5.
Yeah, good job grabbing that number early. Okay, moving on.
Oh man,
I'm gonna bet Seattle. I don't give a shit. I never get. How many chances do you get to bet 13.5?
I think you've bet Seattle 12 out of 14 weeks so far. So why might as well make it a baker's dozen?
go look at their ATS record.
I know it's a great bet. Week in, week out, it's a great.
I just can't. I'm always higher than the market on Seattle. I always end up betting them.
Yeah,
bleep me. All right, Green Bay, Denver. You got it.
The Packers. Coming off of a win and cover that was a hell of a lot shakier than anyone seems to be willing to admit, in my opinion. Take on a Denver team that is coming off of a bye. There are a lot of sharp believers in the Packers in the market. There are a lot of sharp doubters of the Broncos in the market. This is a confluence of strong opinions from smart people that has led to a world where the Packers are 2.5 point favorites. My guess is this hits 3 on Sunday when the Whales weigh in. And the stupidest thing I'll say in this entire podcast, feels a little trappy. The Broncos defense is able to rush the passer well. They are able to do so without blitzing at an especially high rate. One of the things that has made Jordan Love so special this season is he is throttling teams when blitzed. I would guess that they have a plan to create pressure without blitzing and really try to trick him into, testing their secondary, which is good and healthier and potentially better than people realize.
Moss hasn't been as bad lately.
He hasn't been as bad lately as the chain's coming even further now away from that injury. So I think they're going to be pretty full strength pass D wise. And I think that the Broncos are live in this one, and there's going to be a bit of how did they do it if they pull off the victory.
They just keep winning close games. What's the stuff?
They just keep winning close games.
I know they can't keep getting away with it.
Do you have a more sophisticated breakdown here? Because really all I can tell you is Jordan Love has looked great against defenses that do it differently. And maybe he's going to look great against a defense that does it this way. But I don't know, man. I kind of want to see it. The Broncos are only blitzing 30% of dropbacks, and yet they are going to set high marks for quarterback pressure rate.
I wasn't going to correct him yet. I was going to make the same joke.
What's that?
The Raiders are bad, technically not off a bye.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah. What the fuck?
I mean, it wasn't.
They played it all last week.
It wasn't a memorable ending, though. So I mean, I can say
I didn't bet the game. I guess you could tell that. Who are the other teams off by? I thought New England, Giants,
Carolina.
San Francisco, and Carolina.
That's
San
right. Francisco.
That's right. I don't know why I had Denver off by. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you said it. I'm like, oh, do I have to add that in? Did I miss that? Because I have a little column where I make adjustments for that sort of thing, and I have nothing. Although it is a good to decent home field advantage, I make this Green Bay -1. If it does get to 3, that's certainly a bet for me. I am considering Denver money line. I like this defensive matchup, especially on the road for, Green Bay trying to get this done against a much, much better team than some of the teams they've beat recently. And like you said, that Bears game, even though they end up covering, they end up, it was a little bit coin tossy, that game. And this is a bigger ask on the road, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
And again, same thing as we mentioned with Bears, little bit of a look ahead game as they have a massive one. December 20th, short week, prepping for, game of the year for them. I mean, it might be the game that ends up deciding the decision next week.
Sick. Can't wait. All right. Well,
I'm
you got an appetite to bet Denver?
Considering Denver. I'm considering if it gets to 3, I'm taking a swing. So I'll probably pump the brakes and wait. And if I can't get a 3, I'll play the money line.
Dude, did you see the weather in Denver? 61 degrees. What?
Weather doesn't make sense up there ever.
Excuse me? 61 degrees in Denver this weekend. Enjoy, guys. Actually makes me sad for ski season for Colorado residents. What the status of the of the snowmaking might be in distress. I'll look into that. 3 mile an hour wind, 61 degrees. God damn. Get your freaking full sun. Get a nice little December tan going.
Carolina, New Orleans. In the big, easy, big, sleazy Carolina off the bye. Carolina surprising where they're sitting this season in the NFC South standings. Although it is a tough little spot to come off the bye, have to play a division game on the road. At least it's the Saints, I guess. Although, like we said, Shuck has kind of started to come around. I do have a Shuck 225 to 1 to win Rookie of the Year, because I think that'd be very funny to have that ticket if he does end up running the table against 4 below average teams. And despite the record, yes, Carolina is a below average team. I make them about a negative 2.5 or so. That said, New Orleans is about a -6, and this number is probably right on for me. A nice low total in this one as well, although it has ticked up to 40.5. There were some numbers below 40 to start the week. I don't have a ton to say here. This is a weird matchup between New Orleans' offense. Like, as New Orleans' offense improved enough to say they'll end up moving the ball a bunch against the Carolina defense, it's super gettable.
Yes.
In that case, I think you want the home dog here, and it's a home divisional dog.
Yeah, this is Saints. I honestly can't believe you're getting this moneyline price on Saints. Carolina, besides the fact coming off a bye and maybe doing some self-scouting and having some wrinkles that we're not expecting, I don't know what the case is. I really don't. The Saints defense has been playing very well lately, like very well. And it may be just opponent, soft schedule that's fueling that. But a lot of, in my opinion, at least, a lot of Tampa looking bad was actually Saints playing well last week. Tyler Shuck is able to move the ball with his legs. The Panthers' rush defense is incredibly sus. Their pass defense is incredibly suspect. I think the Saints on defense alone could just keep the Panthers in the, 13, 16 point range, which means they win with 17 to 20. Indoors, healthier offensive line than they've had for a lot of the season. Saints.
Okay. A couple Saints injuries that are still up in the air for me.
Which ones?
The Fuaga, Reed. I don't know how much you think Kamara matters, although he hasn't been that bad.
Okay. Not shaking my confidence in the Saints. I think this is a good side.
Have at it. I don't disagree with what you're saying there. Like, if you made me bet a side, it would be the Saints, because, and that's what I'm saying. Like, do you have enough faith that this Saints offense has progressed a little bit with Shuck? Because this Carolina defense is clearly like 30th in the league. And then the Saints probably get 20, 25 points.
Old enough to remember them going to Carolina and winning 17-7.
Okay.
The Saints defense has been, like, really the last 4 games, like, just go week 10 till now, because their bye was in there. They are 4th in EPA per play allowed. What the shit? Definitely some opponent adjustment.
You do some
in there.
opponent adjusting. It's still above average.
They played the Panthers, the Falcons, the Dolphins, and the Bucks. Dolphins and Bucks have made plenty of good defense. Looked good this year.
Might have me talked into this one.
I'm close. Whenever you pull up a kind of a recent sample, because again, like all my stuff is time weighted, so I will acknowledge I'm biased by giving teams more credit for how you looked lately.
But Shuck is like middle of the pack in the last few weeks.
Yes,
he's like you even a 5 or 6 week sample, he's like slightly above average, which is not where I expected to see things. Some of that is. Again, some of it has to be opponent adjusted, but even if you do that, I don't think it's like, oh, he's actually bad. He's okay.
If the Panthers offense is like super crisp here and scores 23 to 24, 25 points, 27 points, I will take my loss and move on.
Where do you think the market heads in this?
What's that?
Where do you think the market goes from here?
I'm surprised there's still threes. Are you? I thought threes were going to evaporate here. It's like 2 and 3 quarters. But
talked me into it.
I do not think this goes back to a flat 3. Certainly,
I think it's low scoring enough where I'm going to take the points as well. I might pay a little for a 3. Okay. Be fine with it.
3's what, minus 123 right now?
Ooh, yeah, that's a little much.
It's a lot.
All right, I'll do some soul searching, but I'm probably joining you there. All right, give me your bold take on the Rams.
Rams win going away. Here's what I want to use this time to. The handicap is as straightforward as what the Rams are doing on offense right now is fucking masterful, and the Lions are coming in with both hands tied behind their backs because they don't have a secondary. I don't know what to tell. I don't know how else to say it. Like the Rams are going to score every time they're in the red zone. Their rushing attack, outstanding. And I'm going to use my time here to talk a little bit about Sean McVay.
like we're in Congress or something.
No, I like Sean McVay is getting very little flowers, weirdly. And what he has done to add wrinkles to this offense that are unexpected and exciting is masterful. When it's all said and done, if he does not have 3 Super Bowls, I will be surprised. You might have more. Like he's playing the game at a different speed than a lot of the other head coaches, offensive minds, schemers, thinkers. And the fact that he has got a healthy Stafford right now with elite wide receivers to the tune that he only needs 2 of them on the field and then can fashion just a diabolical offensive scheme with his tight ends and running backs it's sick. It's incredible. And I think Ben Johnson certainly deserves some flowers for what he's done with the Bears offense in terms of improvement. But Sean McVay is in another class, and he's going wildly unnoticed as far as like the job he is doing this year as a head coach. And yeah, I mean, when it's all said and done, over under 2.5 Super Bowl rings for McVay.
Under. It's hard to win. They're hard to win.
Andy Reid's got 3. I know that was Mahomes, but
they're hard to win. If you give me even money on it, I'd have to take under. Things happen every year. Single elimination game. It's super tough. It's not like baseball where the Dodgers are the best team and you see them. They should be like minus 110 to win it again. It's best of 7 stuff. It takes a lot of the variance out. Although it's super funny. Hey, if you're a Toronto fan, you guys remember when that ball got stuck under the tarp in the outfield? Remember that super close play at the plate? And
remember when those guys, 2 guys crashed, but the guy held onto the ball?
Yeah. Oh my God. What a fun World Series. I'm a little oppo here, but part of it is just I can't disagree with anything you're saying about the Rams offense. I have had to downgrade the injuries for the defense for Detroit. That said, 6 is obscene here. I'm not close, but so much of it is predicated on my matchup between Detroit's offense and what has slowly become a very middling defense, especially over the last few weeks. The Quentin Lake thing, we joked, and I know it's more than that, but Jesus, should he win DPOI because of what this defense has slowly spun into?
Still great against the run.
They're still good against the run, and we'll see how they are against an actual really good running back and a couple of them actually. So I touched the stove last week, didn't matter. I bet a super high total. I bet the over 55 in the snow game, and I'm going to do it again.
I got great news for you. Rams are going to get there by themselves.
I got either better news. The Lions are going to get there by themselves. I am putting my reputation on the line. This game gets to 100.
Ooh, that's fun.
56-54.
We've seen
Lions
it.
Win. We've seen it, and I hope we get it again. But yeah, I make this total. It's harder when you get to the edges of things like this, but this total is somewhere between 58 and 60 for me.
Yeah, I just gotta say it's unbelievable that McVay can be poached year after year after year for all of the talent he's developing in that coaching staff, and yet it doesn't matter. Like he seems to be at the forefront of catching and riding the waves of trends in the NFL to really hurt defenses, and you just got to marvel at it. Like, it's very, very impressive. And yeah,
it's the poor man Stan Campbell. I love him.
Yeah. If you think this is interesting, tune in next week when the Rams take on the Seahawks.
Oh my God. Let's just spin ahead. Current numbers.
Yeah.
Current numbers. What do you make that game?
Rams -1.
Where it's in Seattle?
Yeah.
Oops. Seattle -1.5.
What's to look at?
Probably Seattle -3.
It is Rams
Seattle
-1.5 at FanDuel. It's Seattle -1.5 at DraftKings. So Andy is a DraftKings guy, and I'm a FanDuel guy, apparently.
Bet Online, which I trust more than either of those, is at Seattle -1, which is
Andy's making lines for the very sharp shop DraftKings, and I'm backstopping FanDuel. Yeah.
Oh, there's some really good games next week. All right, we move on. I'm on that
let's
over.
Fast forward, man. This
Cruise
week
on the Rams. Tennessee, San Francisco is not one we're going to spend a ton of time on. Although Cam had his moments last week, San Francisco coming off the bye, big favorites for a team. I get the Tennessee's bad, but I can't quite get to this number just because the Niners got their quarterback back. They have some extra rest. They're at home, but they still have a pretty porous defense in certain spots. And if you are seeing a late season, I'm starting to get it from Cam Ward.
Yeah.
This is a tough number for me to wrap my head around. It's them covering. Like, it has to be a absolute 180 nothing burger game from Cam Ward, I think. Otherwise, it feels like he can get 17 on this defense. 20 maybe. And then in that case, is this total too low?
I think it is.
There's so many overs last week.
My total is 47.2.
Yeah, so right off the bat, like, the big number is scary, but my total here is 46.5.
All right, over 45 it is. I'm in.
Okay.
-103.
Team play.
I guess I'm not going to be completely shocked if San Francisco's defense off the bye is like primed and plays a great game. They've been getting better every week. They're not good. Don't get me like they're not good, but they're at least stopping the run at league average or better. They're getting passed on. Cam Ward's going to have to do it through the air, but he's got a laser. There's definitely scope for defensive scoring. Certainly. Titans coming off their Super Bowl where they get a win. Yeah. Over solid.
Here's the thing. It's one of those where we're in the spot where they should be tanking, but it's an interim who's had the taste of head coaching before. Interim head coaches try. They always try. You can't tell them not to.
Yeah. Vikings Cowboys. The JJ McCarthy led Minnesota Vikings. The 9 is back, and he has convinced the world that what you saw before last week, different player. I'm not buying that. The news and injury to watch is obviously CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Don't have a good feel for whether he'll be good to go or not. It didn't feel like that was a bad concussion, but I said the same thing about CJ Stroud. He missed like 3 weeks. So what the hell do I know? Yeah. It's a decent matchup for the wide receivers against the secondary. It's a decent matchup for Dak Prescott against this defense, which is good, but gets almost everything off the blitz. Prescott pretty good in that regard. I think the Dallas defense is sus. Certainly, last week was pretty clear proof that they can't get.
We got our answer. That was a question and answer game.
Yeah, it was a good proof that they are not good. But I don't think that McCarthy is coming in and lighting the world on fire here. My current neutral price for Minnesota.
Is it a revenge game for McCarthy?
Why would it be a revenge game for McCarthy? Oh, for a different McCarthy.
Because
they fired his dad.
They're related. No, it's like an uncle.
JJ McCarthy is related to Mike McCarthy.
I don't
think so. I don't think so.
I made that up.
Mike McCarthy's old team, the Dallas Cowboys, is a +3 for me with CeeDee Lamb. Minnesota is a -2 for me as rostered. So I think
way off on those. I'm Dallas +2.9, Minnesota -1.87. Pretty close. I make it like with
home field. Yeah, with home field
and extra rest, so Dallas gets
a
little bit of extra rest coming off the Thursday.
With home field and extra rest, my numbers say bet Dallas -5.5.
Yeah, I'm at 6.3. Although I still have some respect for the Minnesota defense and will be abstaining from this and betting the second half.
Okay.
Which leaves us. You want to do a minute or two on Monday night?
Yeah, sure. I'm looking at some chalky, overy shit this week. Yuck. I have 3 overs.
I'm betting a -14 and an over 55. I'm like the guy who's sports betting for the first time ever. Oh, a good team versus a bad team? I'll bet the good team.
I have
Points,
laid
things
10...
to happen more than things not to happen. I will take that.
I have laid 10 with the Texans. I've laid 6.5 with the Rams. I've laid 5.5 with the Cowboys. I have taken the Saints money line +127, over 45 -103 for the Titans, over 41.5 -108 for the Chargers, over 15.5 for Bills Patriots. Don't have a strong opinion about Monday's game, although I'm actually kind of excited to watch this. I have seen approximately 3 minutes of Miami Dolphins football live since the Thursday night football game where they lost to the Ravens. I have largely tuned these guys out. They have been sort of categorized in my head as the good bad team who is winning against bad teams before ultimately bowing out of any type of playoff run to another good bad team, which might be this week against the Steelers. No opinion on side or total. 3.5, 41.5, very close to my numbers here. But I kind of want to see if Dolphins are
what's your
a
Pittsburgh
better
number?
bad team. Pittsburgh.
I feel like I'm high on Pittsburgh.
You do?
I feel like I'm higher than you on Pittsburgh.
I'm a -0.57.
Okay.
What are you?
I'm like at +1.
You're a little high on them. Their rush defense is a question mark, but no Achane, right?
Achane is iffy with the ribs, and it's not like Wright looked bad. So they do have I think some of it is scheme. So that's that's kind of held me back from this one, but slight edge on Pittsburgh for me. I don't know that I'll act on it. I need to know a little bit more about injuries, and obviously we're a little ways out from a Monday night game, so nothing as of now, but Rodgers looking fine. And then, the only move
Tua looking Tua is
under if you want the under, take it as soon as he can.
Well,
on Army Navy, that's how that works.
Navy easy call.
24-10 Navy.
Yeah, it sounds right.
I won't make it to the game. I will be doing some traveling, as I mentioned, North Dakota, baby. So, what is your favoriteest bet from the week?
Probably Houston -10.
Big number, but I like it. Arizona running out of players, running out of season, running out of hope, running out of motivation. That might be another coach that gets looked to be. I don't think he's super hot seated, but
who?
Maybe Gannon. Not as much as other guys, but he'll be on the list going into next year for hot seat. Certainly, unless they do decide to make a move. I think my favorite's still the stupid one. Detroit Rams over 55. I don't see how that game doesn't end up in the 70s.
Cool.
Another fun one.
I reject your Gannon optimism.
You think he gets fired?
Yes.
I just haven't heard much, and I don't think I think it's a little bit of a, how the coach and GM came in at the same time.
Yeah, there's been some dreaded vote of confidence stuff, and there's been some Ossenfort and Gannon are safe stuff, and then there've been some cuts to the owner's suite, and it's Ossenfort sitting with Bidwell. Is Bidwell the owner still? That has whiffs of, I'm being asked, I think we're going to give it another year. And then Ossenfort deciding I need to get in the owner's ear to fire him and keep me and get another crack at hiring a coach. That's where I read this. Plus he punched that guy. Plus he punched that player. So
Monty Ossenfort of Minnesota Morris fame, where I am a 2004 keg race champion. Did not go to school there. I was brought in as a ringer. Turns out the whole team was ringers because it was mostly the football players. We are champion. So Monty Ossenfort, I'm a fan. I digress. Do we have a team
secret pod play?
Yeah.
Outside of the ones we talked about, I kind of want to go.
I'll let you pick one. You did well last week with.
I kind of want to go. I'm looking for a good under.
I mean, is it just?
Maybe? What are you gonna say?
The Colts.
Colts under. Ooh. I don't want to cheer for that though.
I was gonna say that I had to go look.
It's gonna be like 14.
I'm on Eric Eager's LinkedIn page too now because I almost misspoke. I thought Eager went to Minnesota Morris. Eager, who is the vice president of football analytics for the Panthers, went to University of Minnesota State. Moorhead. There's Morris and Moorhead, not the same school.
I'm getting double red flags on Vegas
podcast went.
Against Philly. I'm getting double red flags Jets against Jags, which is to say that their skill position players and their offensive line are both in trouble.
You pick one. It's up to you.
Let's go with Green Bay under 23.
All right. I'm in
Denver. Green Bay under 23 in Denver.
Week 15 NFL betting preview in the books. I'm writing it down right now. So We'll catch you guys next week. I got to go to robot camp.
Sick.
Minnesota does have an hilarious amount of colleges. Fun fact, Minnesota, 5 Division I hockey teams.
Yeah.
Can you name it? I couldn't hear you. You did the thing where I can't hear you.
University of Minnesota.
Got one.
Duluth.
Duluth?
I'm out.
All right. St. Cloud, Bemidji, and Adam Thielen's alma mater, Minnesota State Mankato.
Minnesota State Mankato.
Yes.
Of course.
Bemidji is the one that's a toughie.
That one's a tough one.